Chapter 4 Witchy World. Numue, like the ancient Numue? Zeddy asked in disbelief. Yes, I am she, replied the old woman. How can that be? It's not possible, Zeddy exclaimed. All things are possible, young Zeddy, Numue answered. Who is Numue? Do you know this woman, Zeddy? Zeddy questioned in a concerned tone. Numue is the most famous enchantress that supposedly lived 1600 years ago. Legendary stories about the Lady of the Lake are considered fairy tales. She was supposed to have forged the famous sword Excalibur for King Arthur. Some tales say she was a sorceress who helped fight for good, but in some versions she was an evil witch. Which are you, evil or good? Zeddy asked. You have answered well, young Zeddy. Don't you worry, I am not evil. Things that people do not understand or want to accept often become seen in a negative light as histories are passed down from generation to generation. I joined all of my powers with the forces of good, and I loved Merlin with all my heart. Together he helped Arthur rule with his true heart and deep love for his people. That has long been lost. This international government has destroyed all the remaining freedoms I so long ago fought to create and preserve, Nimue answered. So you've been alive for 1600 years, Zeddy asked, as his mother stared at the old woman in complete disbelief. I have been alive much longer than that, Nimue answered. But this is not the time for my exhaustive tale. You need to focus on finding your father. Do you know where Zane is? Can you help us find him? Zeddy pled. I know he is out of your reach. He is no longer on this plane of existence, Nimue answered. Do you mean... No, he's... Is he? Zeddy could not finish her question as her eyes filled with tears. Do not worry, my child. He is alive. He has been transported to another plane, a parallel universe, as we speak, known as Zemira, and a neighboring constellation. My powers are being weakened by the energy it takes to maintain the protective field that keeps this house safe. I cannot see every detail yet. I do know that you are about to undertake life-changing adventures, young Zeddy. Most importantly, you will not be able to share your story with others as young boys are often prone to do. This will have to be your secret adventure. You will need help and knowledge to successfully complete your journey and bring your father home. Are you ready for such an adventure, young Zeddy? Asked Numue. I'll do anything to find my dad. I love him, Zeddy answered. Then you must leave tomorrow morning. Both of you, mother and son. Tonight you will pack a bag for traveling, and then you will sleep. In the morning, Judy will bring you multiple sets of papers with new identities necessary for your journey. She will also bring you unlimited AmerAsia tram tickets to begin your journey. You must first find Dr. Zachary Zenith. His last known address was at 777 Sarancher Lane in Livermore. I believe he's still there. He saved your father, but if you do not reach him tomorrow, the IG may reach him first. Now go. You have another surprise waiting for you at home that I have nothing to do with, young Zeddy, said Nimue. How can we ever thank you? Zeddy asked, trusting the old woman because Zeddy seemed to trust her. If you save Zane, your journey just may save the world, too, Nimue said as she rose to escort them to the door. We will repay you, Zeddy said as she walked out the door. As he watched his mother walk through the door, Zeddy actually saw time stand still. He turned to look at Nimue. She held out her hand and Zeddy reached towards it. Young Zeddy, I give you this symmetrical crystal. You alone can use it. When the time comes, you will know how. I will watch over you through my own crystal viewer. If I can help, I will do what I am able to do to keep you safe. Yours is a monumental adventure, young Zeddy. The fate of mankind's last freedom rests on your shoulders. Go now. Do not worry about Zipper. He will be safe here with me. The IG cannot find him here, and your travels are far too dangerous for a puppy, said Nimue. Thank you, Nimue. I will find my father, said Zeddy. I hope you do, young Zeddy. It is most important that you have this faith. I understand that you are a little boy, but you have a brain that is exceptionally rare. Take with you, too, this little book. Science is your gift, but science came from the marvels of magical thinking. Use it wisely. You have it inside you. Your knowledge is your power. Now go. Zeddy slipped the tiny worn leather book and the violet crystal that turned pink as he placed them in his pocket. Walking through the door, time restarted. Zeddy turned to ask about Zipper, but Zeddy reached for her hand, saying, Let's go, Mom. Nimue will take care of Zipper. We have a lot to do.